Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Hook. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Big Green Egg MiniMax. We're going to be talking about the things that I like about it, and we're going to be talking about maybe the one or two things that I don't like about it as much. But overall, it's a great grill, and let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, as you can see, I got the MiniMax opened up. I got most of the insides taken out. For a quick size comparison, you got the MiniMax grate here of 13 inches. Doesn't seem like a very big grate. However, you know, I've been surprised how much food I can actually fit on it. And then as you can see here, it's sitting on top of an XL grate, which is much larger at 24 inches. They both have their strengths and both have their weaknesses. And we're gonna get into that in this video. Next is the, the general size of the amount of charcoal that you can put in this thing. So I use the Kick Ash basket and pan in all of my eggs. I got 3 eggs. I got the MiniMax large and an XL. And as you can see, the MiniMax has a much smaller charcoal basket than the XL, right? So that doesn't sound like such a big deal. And I went with an XL as my primary grill for a very long time. But I've been, quite surprised how much a bag of charcoal will last me now, because I use pretty much the MiniMax about 95% of the time for all of my cooks. Basically, unless it's a long and slow cook, I pretty much default to the MiniMax, all right? So that's just one of the differences between the XL and the MiniMax. All right, another size comparison I like to talk about is how big the ash pan is on the XL versus the MiniMax. So as you can see, the MiniMax, much smaller ash pan, and the XL, a tremendously much bigger ash pan, all right? So you can see that the amount of charcoal that it takes for an XL cook and the amount of ash, that's produced from that cook is much larger on an XL than a MiniMax. And obviously that's not much of a surprise, but that kind of goes into one of the advantages of the MiniMax is just overall charcoal / lump consumption is going to be quite a bit less on a MiniMax versus an XL. That kind of goes without saying, but I never thought it was going to be as significant as it was, and I burn a lot less charcoal from day to day, month to month on using the MiniMax primarily versus the XL. All right, one of the most noticeable benefits of the MiniMax, again, is its portability. So I have these acacia wooden side tables that I bought from the dealer. They're really nice. You can I store them underneath here when I'm not using them, but they kind of clip right into this built-in MiniMax carrier because, again, it's designed to be portable. I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't moved off my deck since I bought it, all right? But as you can see, it's got 2 large handles on either side. It's still heavy, don't get me wrong, right? It's gonna be 76 pounds. So, it's probably not something you're just gonna pick up and, sling into your car very often. However, again, I would recommend 2 people, 1 on each side to carry this sucker. Because again, you don't want it to crack or break. And if you are gonna carry it, to a tailgate or put it in your vehicle, make sure that it's secure, because you don't want, basically 80 pounds of a grill flying around if you have to hit the brakes or anything, all right? But again, that is gonna be a big advantage for a MiniMax versus an XL. So it would be a much bigger production to move this pretty much anywhere. I got it up onto my deck all by myself through my house. But again, that was basically just, I'm a larger guy and, with enough stubbornness, you can get anything anywhere, in my opinion, all right? So this is a big plus for the MiniMax, and it has the factory comes with doesn't come with it. However, it's a factory option to get one of these stands that your MiniMax will actually clip into. Kind of clips in just like that, kind of keeps those feet down onto the carrier. I was kind of surprised. I thought that these would be a little bit more heavy duty, but honestly, I haven't had any issues with them. Haven't really questioned how strong they are. I just kind of assumed that they'd be a little bit more sturdy than they are, but I still think that it was a good investment. It folds down if you're gonna travel with it. Again, taking it on like a tailgate or something. So again, its portability is definitely a plus for the MiniMax. The biggest advantage to a MiniMax, in my personal opinion, is how fast you can get it lit and how fast you get it up to temperature, okay? And that's kind of a big comparison between especially between the XL and the MiniMax. I also have a large somewhere else, not at my house here, and that's fairly quick as well. However, when you're lighting, you know, this amount of charcoal, obviously you would be filled, right? You know, it takes a lot less time to kind of heat up the inside of this MiniMax and the ceramics than it does for this giant basket and, you know, a couple 100 pounds of ceramic, right? So if you're just going to heat up or grill up, you know, a couple quick burgers or chicken breasts or some fish, getting the XL up to temperature is, you know, a lot more of a production than simply getting your MiniMax up to temperature. Significantly quicker. I use a torch, propane torch, so it's pretty quick in all cases. However, just to get the XL up to temperature is going to take a lot longer. All right, the XL, in my opinion, is super awesome for those long cooks or for larger items. You know, if you're going to cook more than one chicken, obviously you'd want to go with the XL or a large. Or if you're going to cook a brisket or several pork butts, obviously the XL, you know, is where you want to go. It's basically a smoking tank, right? It's, you know, you fill it full of charcoal and it's going to go basically forever, okay? The MiniMax, I like to think of this as, you know, the shorter cooks, higher temperatures, great for searing. That's not to say that you can't do a smoke on this, right? You definitely can. I have all the, you know, the racks from Ceramic Grill Store. I got the, basically the half moons that fit under my rig. And, you know, I definitely can. I could probably cook a pork butt in here, but I usually just default to the XL for those kinds of cooks, just because, you know, it's easy to maintain 225 in an XL just because it's so big and it basically just gets on rails and it just kind of keeps chugging and chugging along, right? MiniMax is great for getting to temperature 400 degrees plus quick and, you know, just pounding through a bunch of burgers and anything else that you want to cook fast and hot. Of course, with any review, you want to talk about some of the downfalls, right? So again, MiniMax, much smaller, right? That's obvious. It's a 13-inch cooking grid versus a 24-inch cooking grid on an XL, all right? In price, right? So Big Green Egg, obviously everything there that's got Big Green Egg on it is quite expensive, right? I'm not going to say that it's not extremely high quality stuff because I think that it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought in 3 Big Green Eggs, right? But it comes with a hefty price tag. So if you buy these new, you're looking about $800 plus, and you know, with the stand and the side, basically side tables, you're looking at about $1,000 plus. Okay. Then once you're talking about the kick ash basket and the ash pan, now you're probably adding another $100, $150. Or possibly more for any of those other accessories. Okay, so you're looking at north of $1,000 if you buy it new, right? Obviously, there's some good benefits of buying it new. It comes with that lifetime warranty for the ceramics, right? So if you crack it going to a tailgate or something, or you know, if something were to crack, I would expect that to be covered by the warranty. However, you can definitely find a lot of really awesome deals on like Facebook Marketplace. I'm sure there's other, you know, online marketplace that you could, you know, look for used items, used grills. I've seen people pick up a MiniMax for as low as $200. But usually you kind of see them in the ballpark of $400 to $600, maybe a little bit more if they're, you know, quite new. But again, you know, if it's more than $600, I'm personally going to be looking at buying new versus used, mainly for that warranty that comes with the new products, right? You know, I've heard people say that their dealership doesn't really care if you buy it new, or they never ask the question. However, just personal integrity, I'm not going to ask for a warranty claim on something that I bought used, okay? So again, that's pretty much one of the only negatives is the price. But again, I feel like you get what you pay for. Big Green Eggs are very nice. They're very high quality items. And we talked about other ways that you can find these things for cheaper, buying them used online, right? I bought my large basically for less than half of what it would cost if I had purchased all the items new. But I did buy the MiniMax new, and I also bought my XL new, okay? So obviously the XL is a lot more expensive than the MiniMax, but it is a lot more of a grill. So biggest negative there is the price. All right, thanks for watching the review so far. Lastly, I just want to talk about what I think the MiniMax is good at, right? So I had an XL, was my first big green egg, and I think the MiniMax augmented that perfectly. So I can pretty much focus on those, you know, long, low heat cooks, like while smoking my pork butts, my ribs, etc., on my XL, and I can focus on using my MiniMax for burgers, chicken breasts, fish, pretty much those things that I want higher heat, steaks, those searing temperatures, right? However, if I were to have owned a large, would I have bought a MiniMax? Maybe, maybe not, right? Because the large kind of doesn't have, it still has the, you know, the issues compared to the MiniMax, right? Of, you know, more lump, takes a little bit longer to heat up. However, I feel that the large is, you know, obviously a lot better at those things than the XL, and probably right in the middle of those between the MiniMax and the XL. Okay, so I think that if I already had a large, you know, I'd probably be okay with not getting a MiniMax. However, if you're looking to augment with another grill, then so be it, right? MiniMax is an awesome grill and great for you know, being portable, which obviously the XL and the large are not very good at being portable, whereas the MiniMax, again, you could throw it in the back of your truck. I would recommend tying it down and basically taking that anywhere and setting it up very quickly, and basically be able to do that by yourself or with the help of another person, because again, it is 76 pounds, right? If you have an XL or a double XL, I think the MiniMax is a perfect augmentation to your grill setup, right? You know, you can kind of focus on these bigger grills for those low and slow cooks, and focus on, you know, those higher heat cooks with your MiniMax, okay? Since I bought my MiniMax, I've probably used my XL maybe 3 to 4 times in the last 6+ months. And you know, I probably didn't even have to use it one of those times. All right, basically used it for cooking a couple whole chickens and a couple pork butts, which just won't really fit on my MiniMax. And I like using my XL too, because, you know, it is kind of a tank in terms of a smoker, right? So again, if you really enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions that I can answer about specifics, please leave some comments, and I'll definitely get back to those and possibly address those in a later video. Again, thank you for all the support for my YouTube channel. I definitely appreciate it. Almost at 700 followers, so definitely appreciate all the support. Thanks, I appreciate the view.